Hey, so Apple's HomePod is finally available to pre-order, but should you? In this video, I'm going to go over the pros and the cons of getting it or not getting it, and if you stay to the end, I'll give you my 2 cents on whether you should get it. Let's check it out. What's up, Josh here from Gross Technology, where you get the best reviews for your home tech, be that smart or not. And if you like that kind of thing, check out our other videos in the description or check our channel out, but please consider subscribing. Hey, so Apple's HomePod is finally available to pre-order. Yes, you still have to wait till February 9th when it is shipped, but it's available to at least try to get. And honestly, it looks great, but should you get it? I mean, $350 is an expensive price for a smart speaker. The Google Home, just their main home, is $130. The Max, which is the bigger version, is over $300, and the Mini is under $50. And the Echoes are just about the same price, around the same price point. And Apple came in with their first one, not like their better version or their more expensive version. It's the first smart speaker like the Google Home. They came in at $350. So one of the biggest issues that I have with the release of the HomePod is two of the biggest features that they were all about and sounded amazing aren't even available when it launches. I get the fact that you can update it and that's great and all, but the fact of the matter is you touted and said this speaker is going to be great because A, you can pair it with another one and have full surround sound or even better sounding throughout your house. Oh, by the way, that's not available when it launches. Okay, second thing is they touted and said was going to be amazing was AirPlay 2 was going to be able to connect it a whole lot better and sound clear. Oh, by the way, that's not going to be ready for launch. If those are your biggest key points of having this voice-activated speaker, wait. You're already really late to the game. Just wait until you have those ready to release it. That's the first issue that I have. All right, so my other issue with it is voice-activated music. Okay, if you want to say, hey Siri, play something by somebody, guess what? You have to have Apple Music, and not just Apple Music or iTunes Music, but you have to have a paid subscription for it. You can't just use Spotify, Pandora, Google Music. You can launch those from your phone and cast it to the HomePod, but just to say, hey Alexa, or hey Google, or hey Siri, it's not going to work with this HomePod. You're going to have Apple Music, and they're going to make it just like a lot of their computers and components are only made for Apple, and they are very closed circuit about what you can use, and which sometimes it's good, but a lot of times it's bad because you can't use everything with it. Well, the same thing is going to be true with this HomePod. You're not going to be able to just say, hey Siri, play somebody on Spotify. Siri won't recognize it. Siri won't even do anything. She only works with Apple's music and the paid version of that. Okay, again, the price, $350. To come in at $350 when you are so late to the game is very high. I think it's a bad, if they came out with a smaller version or a cheaper version to start with and then went to the bigger version, okay. But when you've got Google's and Amazon's and Sonos speakers for way cheaper, Apple's great. Don't get me wrong. They have great products and it will probably sound amazing. But honestly, for half the cost, I'm pretty sure my Google Home sounds just as good. Or if I want to buy two Sonos speakers and link them together for the same price of one HomePod, it will sound even better than a single HomePod. So the price is so high. It's hard to say, yes, go out and buy it because it's going to be amazing. The honest opinion is that it's expensive. And Siri is so far behind Google Assistant and Alexa, it's going to be difficult to use it, and it's going to be limited on how you can use it. Okay, just like they only want you to use Apple's music, guess what, Android users? You won't really be able to use it. It's not a standalone Bluetooth speaker, so you can't connect your Android device to it. If you got an Android phone, an Android tablet, you basically have to use Siri or not at all, because there's no HomePod or Apple Home app on the Google Store. So you're not going to be able to cast Spotify or Pandora or anything from your Android phone or device to the HomePod, because they are not in the Apple's Home community. So that's another issue. If you're going to try to be a home assistant and everything, you got to work with everything. And Apple does not want to work with everybody. That's a problem. So what's good about the HomePod? Well, it looks amazing. You can get it in space gray or white. Comes in a full grill, basically, unit. It looks amazing. It sounds great. It has the intelligent ability to use the mics internal to figure out where it is in your room and play the sound to project it specifically. If it's against the wall, it's gonna not push as much sound out the back, because obviously that's just the wall. So it's gonna figure out smartly how to play the sound. So it's gonna sound amazing. It looks great. Siri is very easy to use. You already know how to use it on your Apple devices, and at some point you'll be able to hook up both HomePods or multiple HomePods around the house into the same home and use AirPlay 2 to be able to play them simultaneously, or separate songs and different things on each room. So it has the ability and the foresight to become something really great, and it will sound great in any room you put it in. Any size, it's going to sound great. The other cool thing is you're going to be able to actually make phone calls or text through iMessenger through the HomePod. You can use Siri to be able to send them, receive them, read them, have phone calls. So that's pretty awesome that it's going to be able to do that just like the Google Home does. And you'll be able to do that based off of whatever room you're in. The thing that is lacking with that is you don't have multi-user. So whose phone are you going to pair with it? Who are you going to be using it to make those phone calls or text or receive them, and vice versa? So that's a little bit of a problem, which I'm assuming down the road they're going to come out with. But it's something that should have been already involved with the speaker as late as it is to the game. So all in all, should you buy the HomePod? If you are all Apple, you've got iMacs, you've got iPhones, you've got iPods, you've got tablets that are iPads, you're all Apple, get it. Because most likely you're going to be using it, and you most likely already have Apple Music and you have a paid subscription with them, and all your devices already work through that home kit. So your Philips Hues, a lot of the other items that work with your system that you already have in place, go ahead, get the HomePod. It'll sound great. You can buy so many as you want, put them in different rooms. They just won't sync yet. But down the road, they did say that it's going to be a free update, which is a little worrisome, because why would you have to say it's a free update if all the updates will always be free? So that's a little bit of foresight, maybe. Maybe it's just me, but I think if you're just going to have an update that's going to include all this stuff, why would you say it's free if there's not going to be paid updates later? But that's who this is for. If you love music, if you don't really care about home automation, if you don't really care about smart home stuff, and you just want a voice activated speaker that can play music from Apple Music, your library in iTunes, and you have a paid subscription, this voice activated speaker is for you. But all of us that like Apple. I mean, I've got an iPad, I've got an iPhone. I like Apple. They've got good stuff. Their stuff works really well, but the fact of the matter is, it's very closed group. And I've got a lot of devices that won't actually work with the Home Pod. And really, that's the point of having a virtual assistant. If you have a if Google Home only worked with Google devices, or if Amazon Echo only worked with Amazon products, that's basically what we would have here. Apple HomePod only works with Apple stuff and the HomeKit. And as time goes, yes, more things, more smart locks, more lights, more every kind of home automation system will adapt and get HomeKit involved with. But right now, man, it is just, it looks great, and I would love to be able to say go get it, and I would love to go get it myself and be able to review it and show you guys how great it is. But at that price tag, and for as limited that you can use it for just a normal person, not with paid subscriptions and Apple only, I can't recommend it. I'm not going to get it. I'd love to be able to do that for you guys, but I don't see a point. I don't see a need to be able to get that to show you guys, because A, there's going to be so many other people on here on YouTube doing it, and B, I'm not going to be able to use it to show you guys what you can do with it. So that's why I'm not going to get it. That's why I don't recommend anybody getting it unless, like I said, you are a Apple junkie and you've got everything Apple. Go ahead, get it. Enjoy it. It's going to sound great. It will do very well at being a voice activated music media player. But that's it. Don't expect it to be this great home automation voice activated speaker like the Google Home or your Echoes. It's just not going to be that way. So, I'm Josh Gross. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope you got some good information. All the links down below in the description will take you either to Google Home stuff, Amazon Echo stuff, Sonos, which we haven't really talked about, but they're an amazing speaker. Also to the HomePod kit, where you can actually pre-order it right now, or if you're watching this later, if you can actually order it at that point in time. But all those links are down there where we'll talk about more in detail of why I don't like it, why I wouldn't get it. But thank you again for watching. My name's Josh with Gross Tech again. God bless you guys and have a great week. Bye, guys.